Worldwide movement, peace, love, respect. Big King Sadiq hollering at you one more again. All right, another beautiful, bright day. Here we go. Get ready for the sun blast. Boom! Look at it. Great brethren, the sun just a beaming. All right. Ah, man, I love you all. Thank you. Thank you for chiming in or checking me out again. Continuing to build what? The worldwide movement. Peace, love, respect. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. Pass this along to everybody. We need millions of folks around the world joining in to the worldwide movement. Peace, love, respect. All right. Yeah, man, a beautiful day. I wanted to talk to y'all about an important process. It's an important subject leading to an important process. So this is about activating your innate, right? Okay. So, I spoke I would say, what's the word I'm looking for? Intimately and with emotional depth about how magnificent we are, right? And in my last video, and how we have made it. So we need to start understanding and unfolding what we've made it to, right? And start understanding and unfolding, right, the layers of what it is, of what our magnificence truly is, right? All right. One of those layers, an incredibly important layer, is a layer that many refer to as the smart body or your innate, right? Some people have described, or I've heard it described in this way as your innate is almost that portion of your, hey, peace, love, respect. All right, that portion of your physical existence that is instinctual, right? Just like the very intricate instincts of our many varied members of the animal kingdom, right? You know, how they just come into the world born knowing how to do certain things, right? Think of how intricate a spider's web is and how they know how to do that, right? Just instinctually, how many animals, like I believe even deer, are born and just ready to roll running from the gate. You know, don't need to be taught how to walk or run. Truly, the animal kingdom gives us some beautiful examples of instinct, and that does exist in a different way, but does exist in us, right? We have this slightly intangible. I don't think intangible is the right word because we're all talking about physicality, right? So we'll say it's a difficult to grasp connection with our entire body, right? Every aspect of our body, every cell in our body. And unfortunately, we are at a point, particularly in Western society, right? Because quite honestly, other areas of the world are a lot further along on this. They are, you know, particularly the eastern areas of the world, and you know, amongst the indigenous in the African continent. Even though y'all know I don't like that word, Africa. But yeah, you know, many other people around the world have a much more in-depth understanding of what your innate or your smart body is, and are far more in touch with different ways of activating and utilizing that to their benefit, specifically for their health and duration of life, right? But let's talk a little bit about what it is we're even speaking of, your innate. So, I spoke in previous videos about how we have to lean on some different disciplines to really understand what it is we're going through on the planet right now, and the potentials, right, the beautiful possibilities of our expansion, our growth and expansion, our evolution, right, in these times and in these different energies that we're being exposed to in this section of the galaxy that we're sort of entering into, right? So one of the things we need to understand, and are starting to, is the field that connects us, that is referred to as the quantum field, right? Not just connects us, connects everything that exists. There is a field with very powerful and distinct forces in action or in play within this field, right? And that holds true with the field within us, in every molecule, every cell, every atom of our body. The field that exists connecting those atoms. I don't want to use the words in between because it makes it seem like it's just space. This field actually connects and intertwines, right? All of the molecules, all the cells, molecules, atoms of our body, down to the neutrino level, the subatomic level, right? And within that field are various forces at play that impact and influence the particles within the field. Again, atoms, molecules, cells of our body. Now, what we need to understand, and this is where your innate comes in, and understanding what your innate is, the most powerful force that is at play within that field is your consciousness, right? The energetic impact of your intent within your consciousness is the most powerful force within this field. What field are we referring to again? The quantum field, that scientifically is a fact, does exist. The quantum field that exists between all of the subatomic, atomic, the cells, of our body, right? Everything that makes up who and what we are in this physical reality. All of our energy, right? In fact, I won't go on a multi-dimensional level, not just yet. Let's understand what we're referring to in terms of our innate, which actually, in fact, is multi-dimensional to a degree in nature. So your innate is that layer of consciousness, right, that is the most powerful force capable of completely directing this field of energy, this field that connects all of us, or holds all of us, or all of the particles of us together and intertwined, right? So that layer, again, of your consciousness, that layer of consciousness, of your consciousness, that is the most impactful impactful and powerful force within that field is what we're referring to when we talk about your innate, right? So, folks, we have to understand our consciousness is very broad and powerful, right? Um, and that is just an aspect of your consciousness. So, that differentiation, I think, is important to be made because we need to understand why it is that our innate is just not instantly online, right? Hey, how you doing? Peace, love, respect. So, because you would think if it's a layer of my consciousness that I should easily have full control over it. But remember, you do have a subconscious, right? Which itself is vast. Different layers of your consciousness that you do not actively or consciously access or control, right? Not that you can't, but we don't. But you can change that as within your power, particularly now, your ability to do so. Because the different energetic layers that make up our, believe it or not, really huge energetic body. Even if you just talk about your biosphere, which is described as being generally about, in most people, about 8 meters in its extent. I mean, that's over 24 feet, right? So, there are many layers to your energetic body, and indeed to your consciousness. And innate is one of those very important layers, all right? So, we've established that it is a layer of your consciousness. We've established that this layer of consciousness is, in fact, the most powerful and impactful force that directs, impacts, and influences the quantum field, right? That connects all that is you, right? Connects all of your cells, your molecules, down to your atoms, even subatomic particles. Intertwines all of that. And you control it through your innate, right? So, now that we've established that, the only thing left is establishing how to activate and control your innate, right? Now, there's 2 areas actually left. I'll reposition that. One is, I think, very open-ended, right? And one that we can look forward to addressing in a very exploratory fashion, which is, once our innate is activated, or that we have begun to control our innate on a conscious level, what can we do with it, right? And again, I say that we can approach that, pardon me, in a very exploratory way, is because that's something that I think we can continue to discover, potentially throughout our lives, right? But one thing for sure we can do is tap into our cellular health, right? Our organ health, the health of every area, layer, or aspect of our physical makeup. You most certainly can become far more acutely aware of. And I can personally attest to that. And you can bring correct cellular function to all of that, right? folks, there are some basic principles of this that we have to get sort of hammered down. You have to come to understand that there are some facts that you really need to accept and move forward with. Everything does exist in a vibratory state, right? Nothing is at rest. This is fact. Everything has a vibrational frequency, and in fact has a resonance, has a sort of variation range, right? That it generally holds at. That's called your resonance. So everything has a vibrational frequency resonance. This includes your body and every part, layer, and or aspect of your body, right? This includes your energetic field. This includes everything in existence. If you pick up a rock, I don't care how much that rock appears to not have any motion whatsoever, it is not completely at rest. It is not completely still. It is at a microscopic level in a vibrational state, right? So, understand that the same holds true for any bacteria, for any disease pathogen, right? The same holds true. It exists at a certain vibrational frequency. Okay, now we have that understood or understood, and we're able to cognize it. Peace, love, respect, folks. So, now that we have that established, understand that putting the two together, your body has a vibrational frequency. Disease or illness, as is created by different pathogens, right, has a vibrational frequency. Now, here's the important part, folks. If your body is not resonating at the same or within the same variant range, right, of frequency as that disease and or pathogen, that germ, that bacteria, or anything that would be a pathogen carrying the quote-unquote disease and or illness, if you are not within the same variant vibrational frequency range, you cannot contract that illness. Period. Simple as 1 + 1 is 2. Not giving medical advice. This is physics. Not even though I did study physics, I'm not claiming to be a physics professor, right, or a physicist. Do the research for yourself. Don't take anything I say as law or as medical advice or anything that you have to or should take as a single solitary source and run with. Check on this yourself. I'm encouraging you to check on this yourself. I'm encouraging you to not take my word for it. But I'm encouraging you to not sit on your butt and check it out for yourself. If you are not attuned to the same or within the same vibrational frequency variant range, meaning the vibrational frequency within a certain range varies, right? Within that range, we'll call that your resonance. If you are not within a resonance that is overlapping, or that is in line with, attuned to the same vibrational frequency variant range of whatever that pathogen is, you're not going to get it. You're not. Check it out for yourself. So, what are we talking about with our innate? We are talking about getting control of and tuning into that layer of our consciousness that is active, that is in control of, that is listening to you, awaiting your orders. It's your body, your mind, your energy, your everything, your consciousness. It is you, folks. Let's take control of ourselves. Remember, I spoke earlier about how we have in this society become very external in our pursuits, right? Our technologies, our vision of what human advancement looks like. When logic suggests that we should first attain self-mastery, right? We should be looking within for our advancements, right? A huge part of that is learning to activate and control your innate so that you can take control of yourselves, so that you can be healthier, so that you can live longer, and so that you can begin to attain 100% of your DNA efficacy and of all the potential that goes with it, right? All right, so now activating your innate. I sort of tipped that off a moment ago, right? I spoke about quickly communicating with yourselves, talking to yourselves. We need to, folks, understand that, again, our consciousness, direct your consciousness, right? Your focus, direct what you are focusing on inward. Focus on every atom, every cell, right, of your body. Every atom, every molecule, every cell of your body. Focus on that. And talk to it. That's right. Communicate with yourself. With all of yourself. Folks, I wake up every single day and talk to every subatomic particle, every atom, every molecule, every cell of my body, all of my energy, all of my multidimensional versions. And I align us all as one. We are one multidimensional being. And I speak and project all the positive, high vibrational frequency, beneficent energy and intentions that I would have for myself, my health, my longevity, my power, my ability, my capabilities, right? All of that unfolded in my beautiful energetic expression of every single cell in my body, right? Okay, Big King Sadiq, that's nice that you do that. But practically, what benefit has it had? Well, all right. Not that long ago, I was close to about 250 pounds. I'm not more than 5'10", right? I had various physical ailments, and several that doctors and medical specialists had sort of forecasted for me, right? I mean, like, I wasn't quite diagnosed with hypertension, but I was diagnosed with pre-hypertension, right? Whatever, right, do what you want with that. Um, also, let's see, let me try and put the list together for you quickly. So, pre-hypertension, hyperthyroidism, I was overweight, so I guess you could say obesity, or yeah, to whatever degree you want to say obesity, right? Um, oh, the dental experts uh, gave me said that I had severe gum disease and that all of my teeth, except for a few, would have fallen out by now. According to their projections, probably about a couple of years ago, they would have all fallen out. All of them except for a few. All right, I'm being silly. But anyway, aside for a couple of being out of place and a few that I'm missing a couple, but I still got that smile, right? Um, I have no more gum pain. Well, I ain't gonna start talking about. Let's just keep the list going of what else they should have had. It seems like there's one that I'm really, really not recollecting. I said, you know, I might want to put memory on the list. Memory loss. Oh, that's so funny. Well, if another one comes to me or comes to memory, I'll list it. But yeah, all of those folks, and I have none of them now. To make a long story short, and in my last little checkup, which I don't go to doctors anymore, but the last time I did, all that was gone. The pre-hypertension was gone. Oh, I know what it was. Diabetes. Diabetes. The traces of diabetes, or like whatever they were saying, I was showing of it. That's gone. There's no sign of diabetes. The pre-hypertension is gone. Any signs of that gone. The hyperthyroidism gone. You can see I still got teeth in my mouth, and I no longer have. I was having pain in my gums, my teeth. You know, I would wake up every morning with a mouthful of blood, right? Literally spitting out blood every day from my teeth bleeding and my gums bleeding at night. All right, peace, love, respect. And I'd wake up. Sometimes I'd wake up with a mouthful of blood and some in my throat, right? Like almost not able to breathe well, having to hurry up and get up, and I was asphyxiating myself. It was that bad. And now none of that. No pain, no bleeding when not even when I brush my teeth. No bleeding, no nothing. All good. No more teeth falling out. I almost feel like they're growing back. Might be. Probably are. For real, probably are. But anyway, yeah, all those things, every last one, every last thing that I was suffering from health-wise, I've dropped the weight, I'm down, man, I probably lost close to 100 pounds. Um, you know, some of that may come back in the form of immaculate muscle. Ah! Because that's just a life thing of mine. I've been known to hit the weights, right? And I enjoy it. I enjoy working out, so I'll probably be doing that again. And I like powerlifting, so I'll probably be back into that. And uh, executing incredible physical feats on the weight bench, right? That's me. That's what I like to do. I've always liked strength. All right. So yeah, but I mean, I'm not saying it in an egocentric fashion, but quite honestly, I'm the picture of health. 48 years old, and I feel like I'm getting younger. Right? I feel excellent. Walk a country mile like it ain't nothing. Walk 2-3 country miles like it ain't nothing. Huh? Wind is back right. I'm just saying, I was just joking with my son my youngest son, he's 22. And about, yeah, man, we used to live over there in one spot, Switchville, and they go to this store that was kind of down the hill from us. And man, there'd be times we go to walk together to the store real quick, and he'd have to just go ahead, you know what I mean? And I'm keeping up with him like it ain't nothing now, man. I'm just in stride, rolling. You dig? I mean, I feel great. I feel excellent. I honestly feel like I'm getting younger. Hey, um, but the bottom line is I don't have any of those ailments, and I attribute much of that to me activating my innate, right? And communicating directly to my cells to heal, to be vibrant, to be virulent with life and energy, right? To be healthy. And I do that daily, folks, daily, and have been doing so. I talk about on several of my previous videos. In general, I just have not had a bad day in years. Think about that. How many people wake up, unfortunately, quite often with a bad day from the jump, from get-go, right? And just keep having a bad day and today was a bad, man, had a rough day. Man, I've had things happen. Life continues to happen.